In 1970, a psychologist marked a chimpanzee's face and called it a breakthrough. 50 years later, we're still not sure the chimpanzee would agree. You already know the mirror test. You've watched the elephant find the mark, the orangutan check its own teeth in the glass. Here's what 50 years of headlines left out. Passing that test might be the worst thing that ever happens to an animal. Congratulations, you're self-aware. Here's your enclosure. There's an exact moment scientists can point to on the footage. An animal stops treating the mirror like a stranger and starts treating it like a body. A hand rises to a forehead, not a threat display, a check. That flicker is what this test actually clocks, not intelligence, the birth of a me. And a me, once it exists, comes with everything a me is capable of losing. Here's the file, in order. 1970, Gordon Gallup marks a chimp's brow with dye. It reaches for the mark, not the mirror, proving it knows its reflection is its own body. Primatology's founding trick rerun on species after species since. 2001, 2 dolphin bottlenose pass. 2006, an Asian elephant named Happy passes. The 2 elephants beside her don't. A reminder that this switch doesn't flip for everyone in a species, not even a smart one. 2008, European magpies pass. No neocortex required, though even that finding has been hard to fully replicate since. One more detail the highlight reels cut. The scientist behind that dolphin study, Marino, stopped studying captive dolphins after it published, convinced the ones in those tanks knew exactly where they were. Knowing where you are is one thing. Knowing you can't leave is another. Here's what that cost looks like once you stop reading about it and start watching for it. Zoo biologists call it stereotypic behavior. Emotion repeated for no purpose because the animal's mind has nowhere useful left to go. In captive elephants, it's swaying, shifting weight for hours, a pattern almost never recorded in the wild. In captive orcas, it shows up in the body itself. Most adult males develop a collapsed dorsal fin against fewer than 1 in 100 born free. Stay with us, because the next part is the reason this channel exists. This isn't really about mirrors anymore. It's about what we're willing to call animal consciousness once the evidence stops being convenient. Nobody has proven self-recognition causes any of this. Correlation isn't a courtroom. But here's the claim this channel is built on. The species we've confirmed can recognize their own bodies are overwhelmingly the same species whose captivity researchers now call a welfare crisis. Isolated chimpanzees have been documented injuring themselves. Elephants develop stereotypies regular enough that keepers set their watches by them. Marino didn't need a mechanism in a journal to walk away from her own dolphins. She just knew what it meant, that they knew. Jellyfish never test this. They don't need to. A nervous system with no map of itself has nothing to grieve, nowhere to picture a better version of now. Not knowing might be the most efficient survival strategy evolution ever wrote. The mirror test was never measuring intelligence, it was measuring the moment a species became capable of dreading its own end. That's existentialism, running on fur and blubber instead of a philosophy syllabus. Here's what changes for you. A chimp grooming itself, an elephant over old bones, an orca circling the same 7 feet of tank. That might stop reading as majestic, it might start reading as grief managed in real time. Here's the harder part. Real sanctuaries exist now, started in part by researchers who ran these exact studies and couldn't walk away clean. If evolution built minds able to suffer this way, maybe the fix isn't a smaller mind. Maybe it's a world actually worth being conscious inside. So, was evolution wrong to build minds that can suffer this way? Or is suffering just the toll any sufficiently complex nervous system eventually pays? Sit with that one. This is Chapter 1 of a 5-part blueprint mapping the hidden cost of consciousness. If you are ready to see the natural world without the comfort of human delusion, subscribe. We are just scratching the surface. Look closely at your own reflection tonight. Does it feel like a gift or a cage? Tell me below.